Face the Nation moderator and CBS News political director, that's John Dickerson, joins us from Chicago. John, good morning. Let's start with Donald Trump. Definitely a change in tone. Is it a change in strategy too, do you think? And is this part of the Kellyanne Conway effect?
Yes, it is. It's certainly a change in tone, of very noticeable one. Change in strategy, but like his other changes in tone and strategy that we've seen in the campaign, the real question is how long will it last?
And how much time do you think he has to turn things around, John, given the high negatives that he now has, particularly among women?
Well, the central question here is whether, if this is a change, whether it sustains long enough that the people who have doubts about Donald Trump and his judgment and temperament in office, which is right now the thing that is controlling the movement in the polls. Hillary Clinton has lots of weaknesses, but right now voters are more worried about Donald Trump and his temperament. And this change in tone is obviously an attempt to try and fix that, to suggest that the inner Trump is something different than what people have come to believe about it. Does he have enough time? The clock is ticking. Early voting starts at the end of September, and those doubts are set. It's always hard to undo doubts once they've been set in voters' minds.
John, Donald Trump knows reality TV, but his campaign now has their first real campaign ad. It's very focused on immigration, crossing of the border. Is this something that he really needs, and what do you think of the ad itself?
Well, the ad itself is a typical sort of wolf at the door ad. It's a dark and dangerous world. Hillary Clinton will make it more so. Donald Trump will protect people. That message is really aimed towards his core base, the people who love Donald Trump and see the world as he does. His challenge really is to expand his base, to reach into different groups of voters, even traditional groups of Republican voters that he's been losing. Does that message get across? I'm not sure. I think his bigger hurdle is that temperament and judgment question, which can't be fixed with an ad.
Well, it also appears he's trying to look presidential with this visit to Baton Rouge to tour the Louisiana flood zone, something that President Obama has been criticized for not doing since he's still on vacation. I mean, does that contrast do anything for him?
Well, to the extent that he's got to overcome this central question, which is, can he inhabit the presidency? Can people see him, the reality show person, in the actual job of the presidency? To the extent that his trip mimics that by, presidents do visit ravaged areas, to the extent that he inhabits that role visually, that can go some distance towards answering those questions. But really, he's got, again, to do that over a sustained period of time to try to help with those doubts that voters have.
And before you go, John, any idea on exactly what he regrets? Because he didn't spell that out.
No, I think he's not going to play that game because that becomes a relitigation of all the things that he might regret. And then exactly what does he regret about those things? It was a very vague statement. We're familiar with that with politics, where politicians try to get the benefit of having saying they regret, but don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of it. And I doubt that he wants to either.
All right, John Dickerson, we thank you.